With regard to the role of the Confucius Institute at Troy University, the Confucius Institute at Troy University serves really a mutually beneficial role. The original role that was established by Hanban in 2007 was that we would introduce language and culture and also foster economic development between the people of Alabama and of China. That part of the role is carried out every day. But Troy has turned the Confucius Institute loose to serve also the internationalization of Troy University, to create globally competent and aware graduates. Internationalization in higher education is multifaceted. It relates to attracting international students, creating an international curriculum, creating globally competent and aware faculty members, conducting and supporting study abroad programs, institutionalizing international partnerships, creating teaching locations that are outside the U.S., and supporting co-curricular and extracurricular activities. The Confucius Institute at Troy University serves as a catalyst in supporting all these internationalization efforts, as well as supporting Hanban's original role assignment of language, culture, and economic development. The future for the Confucius Institute at Troy University is to serve as a catalyst for deeper and broader internationalization. It will certainly continue on broadening its efforts, reaching out further to school children and to communities to introduce language and culture. But the internationalization can be made stronger through the Confucius Institute partnering with the university. We will, I'm sure, going to be able to create a stronger appreciation of language and culture throughout the state of Alabama by increasing the number of events and increasing the number of people who are attracted to the events. And importantly also, the Confucius Institute will serve in a role of creating a stronger bond between economic development opportunities in Alabama and in China. Describing the contributions that the Confucius Institute at Troy University has made is going to be difficult because there have been so many over these past 10 years. We have probably, through the Confucius Institute, reached 20,000 or more school-age children. Certainly this year alone, this past year alone, over 7,000 school-age children have been assisted in learning more about language and culture of China. It's going to be difficult to do justice to the question of what contributions the Confucius Institute has made over these 10 years, because there's so many things I might leave out. The fact that Hanban has awarded the Confucius Institute at Troy University a Best CI Award twice in 4 years suggests that Hanban, as well as we, believe that the Confucius Institute has made many contributions. Today there are probably, this past year, there are more than 7,000 students in more than 20 teaching locations, 7 Confucius classrooms who are being assisted to learn more about language and culture through the Confucius Institute. We have introduced thousands of Troy University students to language and culture, in particular, Autumn Festival, Spring Festival, where our students are learning to appreciate Chinese language and culture. We've introduced dozens of Troy University faculty to Chinese language and culture through study abroad and through events here on campus. The Confucius Institute has sponsored language institutes that have served more than 1,700 language teachers in North America. Not to be left out, over these last 10 years, about 100 visiting scholars from Chinese partner universities have come and worked with the Confucius Institute at Troy. While they are working on their research agendas related to language and culture, they are also a resource to help us reach out and meet the community needs to learn more about Confucius Institute and language and culture. One thing that cannot be underemphasized is that because of the Confucius Institute, Troy has been introduced to a strong and superb Chinese partner, Chongqing Normal University, that also shares a strong interest in internationalization. And between the two institutions, we will support each other in the years going forward to create globally competent and globally aware graduates at both universities. An example of the contributions that Troy's CI has made through the study abroad would be that this year, 3 Troy University students who took part in a Confucius Institute-sponsored study abroad to China have returned here, now are fully engaged in learning how to teach English as a second language, and have expressed an interest to return to China for that very purpose, to teach English as a second language.